My sweet little Palmer Grace, I cannot believe that we are almost coming up on 1 year with her. She was born on December 30th. And I always wanted to do like a little birth story. But to be honest, you guys, like, they're not lying when they say that like time goes so fast. And I know that it sounds like, sometimes you'll hear people be like, cuddle them, hug them. It goes so fast. And you're like, okay, okay. No, 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 no. I cannot believe we are hitting 1 year. And so I feel like we've had so many memories with her already that it's not that like the memory of her birth is fading at all. Like I vividly remember everything, like the days leading up to it, all the things we did leading up to it, the days after, the whole thing. But to be honest, yeah, I think at some point in life, you have so many greater memories that come along that there's things that fade. And I don't want that to fade. So I wanted to just have a video of our birth story for myself and Nick and our families. And if you would like to listen, then here we go. So she was born December 30th, but her original due date was December 28th. And selfishly, like we all wanted her to come. I don't know. I was a hit or miss of if she was going to be a Christmas baby or not. Like a lot of people were like, that would kind of suck if she came on Christmas, like let her have her own day. But I'm like, well, what a blessing that would be, because it took a minute to like conceive her. And we went through fertility stuff for 2.5 years. And I was like, how cool would that be? But she didn't come on the 23rd, didn't come on the 24th. A lot of people say that like on your first pregnancy, like a high percentage of people end up like giving birth after their due date. And so I knew that would probably be the case. But so the 24th came, 25th came, Nick and I stayed in Roseville the entire time, like literally that week up until like that week of her due date. We really like hung low. We went to like on our Makuni dates. We slept in. I had my hot chocolate all the time. We were watching our Christmas movies. We were seeing our families a lot, which was really special. But here's the deal. Once it hit the 28th and she hadn't come yet, or like the 26th, 27th, maybe actually, I was talking with my OB and I was like, I want to induce me. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, like I want her to come in December. Like it had nothing to do, like people were like, just like let her come in January. But in my mind, I was like, some of our family took off work to have with her. Like I selfishly like just wanted her here. And so I was like, let's induce me. So I didn't need to be induced. Now looking back, I'm like, I probably like could have like held her in my belly a little bit longer, but we decided to go the induction route and I did the Foley bulb. So on the 29th, December 29th, Nick and I went in. It was so crazy how they got us in. Like, I don't even know how to like express this whole Foley bulb thing. I will tell you, it worked. It was probably the worst part of my entire like pregnancy and birth. Like it was so, in my mind, traumatic just because her head was low and the things that they have to do to put the Foley bulb in there. Look it up, Google it. They did that. And so we went in really late the night before, actually on the 28th. The 28th, we went in that night, literally got the Foley bulb in, came back home. They wanted me to basically start laboring at home, which was kind of terrifying. And it was the worst ever, you guys. Once I got home from them putting in the Foley bulb, I wanted to go back and have them like take it out, because some of this may be TMI, I don't know, but maybe it'll help someone if you're trying to make a decision on that. But I remember telling Nick, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. Like I had a beautiful pregnancy. Like I never got sick. I mean, it was literally like so beautiful. And I'm so grateful for that, because I know that that's also a luxury. But anyway, I was like, take me back. Like, let's take it out. And then finally I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. So that night was just like the worst. So much pain. I don't know if that means I was laboring or not. And then the next morning they basically say, hey, like when you're ready, usually the Foley bulb will like fall out, TMI. It didn't. So the whole next day, so the 29th, I literally that whole entire day I was laboring. I had cramps, all of it. It was like the worst. And so they told me to just like hang tight for the day. And then we didn't know when we were going to go in. So at any moment, I literally could have gone in. So we were on pins and needles, but also it was a Sunday. So Nick was watching football. I was kind of getting like the nurses' baskets ready. Like we were actually pretty chill. I was in my jammies all day, super cool, like just so excited again to meet her. So later that evening, finally my OB like texts me. I want to say like 8:00 maybe. I have the timeline in here too, because like I said, I'm starting to lose like my times on here. What did I say? Yeah, we went in that night. She texts me. She's like, come in. And I want to say we arrived maybe, actually, I don't know when it was, Julian, when I need to look here. we arrived, and that was like a really exciting and scary drive too, because you're driving to the hospital and you're going to drive away with a baby. Like, I cannot explain like that feeling. It was December 29th at 9:30. She was like, hey, your room is ready. I think she said at like 8, but I was like, no, I need to shower. Like, no, I need to shower. I didn't put makeup on, I don't think, but I showered. I did my hair, like all the things, went in with like a cute little outfit. And, yeah, we took that drive, our last drive, just Nick and I, on December 29th. It was 9:30. We got into our room. It was a beautiful room. I took my laptop out. We started watching Four Christmases. Like, we put a Christmas movie on. Nick was on the couch. We have photos of it. It was so great. Here's the thing that I tell everyone, though. The worst decision, but also the best decision we made was we were hungry. So we were like, we're going to DoorDash food. And Nick and I weren't thinking that the next day I was literally giving birth. Like, we didn't think about that. So we DoorDashed Taco Bell, which I don't know anybody that DoorDashes Taco Bell the night before you're about to give birth. If you know, like, I'm just very confused by that, but it was really great. We had our Taco Bell, we watched our Christmas movie, and we kind of just were like, okay, let's go. They were talking to us, all the things. I don't really know, like, it was just very peace. Like, we were so at peace. I remember sending some emails, which maybe I shouldn't have been doing, but I did. And I have photos literally of me like on my computer. And then, you guys, I didn't want to get the epidural yet because everyone was saying, oh, and yes, I did want to get an epidural. I went in knowing, give me a freaking epidural, whatever we need to do, like, as long as I just don't want to die, okay? So I went through that whole night. They gave me some pain meds. I was open to it all. I was like, whatever we need to do. And I remember just like kind of going to sleep. And in the middle, like, I would say maybe 2, 3 in the morning, I really started feeling it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Nick, like, I had this like comb that I took that I had in my hand of like holding the comb, because I really didn't want to get the epidural too soon, because I knew once you get that, like, you're almost like bedridden and all the things. So I finally waited, and I think I was at 5 centimeters where they were like, hey, you're at 5. It was kind of getting to the point where it was like so uncomfortable, and I got the epidural. So I have it right here. Epidural 5:45. And then, so I must have been at 4, because 6:30 I was at 5 centimeters dilated, and my water still hadn't broke, mind you. So the whole Foley bulb thing really wasn't working on me, I guess. I don't really know. But finally they broke my water 8:43. And the thing is, I really wanted my OB to deliver us. So we were like praying that she came early, and she was going to be leaving that morning. So the whole point of like also me wanting to be induced was I really, really wanted her to deliver us. And so that's why we were trying to do it. And which, hindsight, I would tell anybody, like, just let the baby come on its own, right? Unless you're like way over and now you need to be induced. But if you don't need to be induced, let the baby come when they want to come, unless you like physically can't handle it anymore. So they broke my water at 8:43, and then I slept. They broke it. My OB did end up leaving. We absolutely loved our nurse. He was amazing. I forget his name, or I'd give him a shout out. Like, I love him, and to this day I think about him and I want to like send him a gift. That's how crazy and fast the year goes. Anyway, and so I slept until literally like 12, you guys. So noon I wake up, and all of a sudden I wake up, it's noon, and the nurse is like checks me, and she's like, oh my gosh, honey, like, you're at 10 centimeters. And I'm like, wait, I think that means like, oh my God, like, I'm having a baby. She's like, yeah. So she's like, hey, you're at 10 centimeters. Like, we're going to start getting everything ready for you to go. Like, and I'm like, what do you mean ready for what? Like, ready to have this baby. And I go, no, I'm not ready yet. I need to put my makeup on. I need to get ready. Like, I need to make sure my mom and my mother-in-law are here, because Nick and I decided really early on, like, I always knew that my mom would probably be in the room with me, and I had no problem. Like, I love my mother-in-law as well, like, so much. And so we totally wanted both of them in there with us, and that was like non-negotiable. So we were waiting for them both to get there. So I literally put in here that at 12:07, I was at 10 centimeters. 12:08 to 12:40, you guys. I literally wanted to get ready, and I kept telling them to wait. So the nurses would be like, okay, like, are you ready? And I'm like, no, like, give me a second. I need to like finish my makeup. Like, I wanted to look ready and feel ready and wait for everyone. So finally, that was 12:08 to 12:40. At 12:45, I started pushing, and I remember, like, it was yesterday. It was so, I wasn't crying. I was calm, cool, and collective. Like I said, I had a beautiful, like, I honestly had a beautiful birth, which I know is not everyone's experience, which is probably annoying to hear, but I do have gratitude for that. And it makes me nervous for my next one. But I had Nick with me. He was behind me. They were there. I will tell you this, because I had the mirror in front, like the big mirror that they have in front of me, like while I was doing my makeup, and it was there. The lady said, do you want to watch her coming out? Which was something that I had never thought about really, or that I thought I probably wouldn't want that. But it was such a calm, room, a calm situation that I was like, yeah, let's do it. I watched her. So she was born at 1:26. So I pushed from 12:45 to 1:26. So less than an hour. So like 45 minutes. And I watched her come out, and it was like the most coolest thing. It made me emotional now thinking about it. It was the coolest thing watching her. I think I would tell anyone, I know it seems gross, but really in that moment, you're just like literally watching yourself as a human. Like for 9 months, you literally loved this child. You grew this child. To watch them come out and your husband be right here and them to like lay that baby on your chest. It's the most magical moment. Terrifying. I literally think there's a video of me like looking over at my mom, my mother-in-law being like, what do I do? Like what, they literally put her on my chest and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And they got videos of that, which was like so cool. So Palmer, we have those videos if you want to see it. And just hearing her cry and all the things in that moment, your life changes though. And when people say your life changes though, it's not that it's for the worst at all. It does change. Like now you all of a sudden, you're just no longer like in that moment. You're not selfish. You're like, what do I need to do for that baby? What do we need? What do we need to give them? And so the baby was born, our little sweet girl, and all of our families were in the waiting room. So Nick and I were kind of like, we're just not the people, which you could do whatever you want, right? We're not the people that were like, we don't want anyone in the room with us. There's no right or wrong. I would highly encourage you need to do what's best for you. But like for us, like we wanted all of our families there. So I'm not joking, you guys. After we did chest to chest with her, which they tell you to do that, we literally had the door open with all of our families coming through. Like our siblings, our parents came, my grandma came, my aunt and uncle came, and I was literally holding her, with everybody just at our bed, just talking to us, seeing her, meeting her. And then that night or that day, everyone kind of left, but then would come back and hold her and hug her and like bring us food. I'm kind of irritated. I wish I would have brought her like better little outfits to put her in, because Nick and I didn't know. Like that first night was probably the craziest night of our lives, because I was trying to like have her latch and I didn't give her any formula. So she was crying and we didn't put her in clothes. I don't know why Nick and I didn't put you, honey, in clothes. I'm sorry. Your dad and I, we didn't put you in clothes. We had you just in your swaddle, so you were probably cold. Now we talk about it every day, like not every day, but all the time, of like, was she cold? Like maybe that's why she was crying. We didn't know what we were doing. The nurses would like come in. You were up all night. Dad was like trying to shush you and hold you and all the things. And I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I was like trying to recover. And also, I don't know if my epidural was like too much, but like I physically could not move the bottom of my feet. Like I could not get out of bed. Like I could not move my lower body. So he basically was always like getting up with her and like bringing her to me and trying to comfort her. And then that next morning, I was like, I gotta go. Like, I need to leave. I want to get out of here. Like, I want to take her home. It was New Year's Eve, right? Because we had her on the 30th, so the 31st, and our family came in the morning to help us. And it was just so wonderful. I mean, from the moment she was born, she had her family loving on her, surrounded by her. Nick and I have had nothing but just like support from them, and they've been literally in our corner and whenever we need them from the moment she was born, even now where she's 10 months. And I can't believe she's turning 1 next month. And it's been wonderful. So we all ended up, I finally got the hospital to let me leave. I would have stayed another night. Now that I think about it, we should have stayed maybe another night for the nurses to just like help us and everything. But we were just like gung ho on like spending New Year's Eve in our home with our dogs and our families. So once they let us leave, his dad, my parents ended up going back to our house to kind of get things ready. His brother, who lives down the street, got like, I think we catered like Chipotle. So he had food at his house so we could bring the baby back to our house. Cause remember, we're only like a few at this time. When you're watching this, Palmer, later on, we were 5 doors down, and everybody went there to eat, and then everyone would take turns coming back to the house to hold her and hug her and see her. We got to eat. They brought us a plate of food, and then at one point, my parents and my siblings all went home. So all of our siblings were together, like all of our siblings and our parents, which was like a beautiful thing to like, embrace this new like year with her. And then my parents all went home, and his parents and his sister and his brothers, they were all in our home, and we all just held her, loved her, and watched the ball drop. And now we are in this new year that we're celebrating with her, and we can't wait to celebrate her going into this now, 2020. What are we going to? 2026? Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's the birth story. I don't know if that was too long. I think it was, but it was such a beautiful time. And I would just highly encourage you to record your birth stories, either whether it's earlier on or anything like that, just to remember this. So Palmer Grace, we love you so much. I'm going to get emotional, and you're my heart, you're my soul. Love you. Why am I crying at the camera?